best NFL player from each jersey number. Number 0, Calvin Ridley, the 6'1" wide receiver of the Tennessee Titans. Is he a superstar? No, there's just nobody else that's good at number 0. Number 1, we have Kyler Murray or Jalen Hurts, two of the best mobile quarterbacks in the league. Kyler is the better passer, but Jalen Hurts scores 1 rushing touchdown every game, making this an impossible decision. But guess what? It's neither of them, because also wearing number 1 is Jamar Chase. While those guys are stars, Jamar Chase is a superstar, a mega star. In my opinion, the best wide receiver in the NFL. Number 2, it is Justin Fields, who is a backup quarterback. When he was starting, he led the Steelers to a 4-2 record to start the season, with 10 touchdowns and only 1 interception. Those are MVP numbers right there. Justin Fields is so good that I'm putting him ahead of DJ Moore. Yeah, call me crazy, but it's the truth. Number 3, Tank Dell. Tank Dell is an amazing receiver for the Texans, who last year got everybody excited with his big plays. But I'll be honest, there's not a lot of great players that wear number 3. If there was a star, Tank Dell would be second place. So Tank, you are lucky that you have no competition. Number 4, everybody knows this number for Dak Prescott. He is the famous number 4. Well, today you are the famous loser of this number. Step aside and let me see James Cook, one of the greatest stories of this season. James Cook has always been a great running back, amazing at catching passes especially. His one weakness, no rushing touchdowns. He would get all the yards, but he couldn't score a touchdown. This season, he's had 1 touchdown per game. Bro, those are Derrick Henry numbers. 1 touchdown per game. Incredible, James. What an improvement. Number 5, maybe the best number of the video, because you have Drake London, David Montgomery, Garrett Wilson. Look at all of this star power, and none of them are the best. Because who do we have at number 5? Jaden Daniels, my rookie of the year, who has turned the Commanders from a failure to one of the best teams in the league. Number 6, another quarterback. Think about a player who revived his career, who out of nowhere has become one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Baker Mayfield. Bro, 5 years ago, Baker Mayfield would be the worst player to wear this number. When he was on the Panthers, oh my goodness, he was terrible. But right now, he is having the best season of his career. He is showing people why he was drafted number 1 overall. Number 7, Bijan Robinson, an explosive running back who is finally having a breakout season. Bijan Robinson is arguably the best running back in the NFL. There is nothing another running back can do that Bijan can't do. Number 8, the legend, Daniel Jones. I'm kidding, bro. Daniel Jones stinks. As a Giants fan, he stinks. And I don't even want to see him on my screen. But we've got the 2-time MVP, Lamar Jackson. People thought with Derrick Henry coming this season, Lamar would not get many touchdowns. But that was false. Even though Derrick Henry is getting a load of touchdowns, Lamar Jackson is playing at an MVP level. In the first 13 games of the season, he has 29 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. That would be one of the greatest touchdown to interception ratios in NFL history. Give this guy the MVP. Fun fact, I was looking at nicknames of Lamar Jackson, and one of them is Lamarvelous. Bro, I love this guy, but nobody calls him Lamarvelous. Number 9, Joe Burrow. The Bengals were literally the best offense this season. Oh, but they had a bad record. You know why they had a bad record? Because their defense is terrible. 45 touchdowns, 9 interceptions, just about 5,000 yards. If we are being honest, Joe Burrow could have won MVP. He didn't win MVP, but he's definitely winning the best player at number 9. Number 10, Tyreek Hill or Cooper Kupp. Last year, this would have been obviously Tyreek. This year, not so obvious. Cooper Kupp was amazing when he came back from injury, getting about a touchdown a game. But then Puka Nacua came back from injury, and Cooper Kupp was useless. That doesn't happen to Tyreek Hill. He has Jalen Waddle on the team, Devon Achane, Jonnu Smith who went crazy. But it didn't matter. Tyreek Hill was always the best receiver on the team. Number 11. This is interesting. We have AJ Brown, one of the best receivers in the league, or Micah Parsons, one of the best defenders in the league. Both of them only played 13 games. Micah Parsons got 12 sacks in 13 games, which is insane. But AJ Brown got over 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns in those amount of games. So it's close, but I'm going with AJ Brown. You know why? When Micah Parsons was healthy, they were still terrible. When AJ Brown was hurt, the Eagles almost fell apart. Their offense looked disgusting. But as soon as he came back, their offense had life again. And that's one of the best ways to know how good a player is. How different is the team with that player or without that player? And AJ Brown makes the bigger difference. Number 12, Nico Collins. And he has zero competition. This guy might be the best wide receiver. Okay, maybe not the best, but like a top 3 wide receiver in the league. There is no debate. Number 13, Brock Purdy, who was an MVP candidate last year, but had a down season this year. Or Mike, 1,000 yards a season, Evans. I know what you're thinking. It's a close one, and you're wrong. I gotta be honest, guys. Brock Purdy was terrible this season. 20 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, a lot of fumbles, and he had a losing record. I think we saw the real Brock Purdy when he didn't have Christian McCaffrey to carry the team, when the defense wasn't the number 1 defense in the league. When he finally had to do something, he was doo-doo. Number 14. This is so interesting because Amon-Ra St. Brown, 1,200 yards, 12 touchdowns, 115 receptions. This is so interesting because he's up against absolutely nobody. I don't even want to name second place. Okay, fine, it's DK Metcalf, but get him off my screen. There is no competition, bro. Amon-Ra was unbelievable this year. And you know what's the coolest thing? Jahmyr Gibbs had 1,000,000 touchdowns. David Montgomery had 1,000,000 touchdowns. And somehow, this guy still had 12 touchdowns this season. Number 15. This is the craziest one of the video so far. A lot of people are about to get mad. We have Patrick Mahomes and Ladd McConkey. You're thinking, Greg, why are these guys in the same conversation? Please don't hate me, but Patrick Mahomes is 15-1 because of his offensive line, because of his ridiculous defense. As a quarterback, 26 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, a lot of fumbles. I know the main argument is he is 15-1 in the regular season, but that is because of the rest of the team. Ladd McConkey had 1,150 yards, 7 touchdowns. I know you're gonna get mad, but it is the truth. If you replace Patrick Mahomes with Brock Purdy, the Chiefs would still be the number 1 seed. If you replace Ladd McConkey with an average receiver, the Chargers wouldn't have made the playoffs. I know this is crazy, but I'm giving it to Ladd McConkey. These are up to number 15. The rest of the jersey numbers will be in part 2. But what about the best NFL player from each team? I've got to see that.